Well, thanks for being here today. It's an exciting time for us being in the fall and getting our season going. And it's hard to believe that we're already here. It seems like yesterday we were playing in the regional in West Lafayette last December. But there's a lot of positive things, within our program, and one of them being a lot of experience, including two fifth-year seniors here with me, Whitney and Zan, who have. I wish I had video of the first couple drills they did as freshmen during their first years coming from Birmingham, but where they are now and the combination of them, our two other seniors, Jesse Dez, and then our captains, Jackie Napper and Morgan Berger, and I think we have a great group of leadership. And we have a great group of young people as well. I think the balance of the two is a very positive thing for us this season. A lot of physical talent. We have, a great new volleyball floor that we have to, I think, creates a really unique environment and great playing surface for us. We have the opportunity this season to host the regional again in December, which we did in 2011, which is a huge success, not only for Kentucky volleyball, but the sport in general in this area. So that's another exciting thing. Our training has gone very well. We've had one or two bad days, but other than that, I think we've had a really successful training preseason. Got a lot of reps, a lot of things we're continuing to work on. And what I know about this team is I think we have a very high IQ of the game, understanding how to play, when to do things, what spots on the floor to be. I think we have some nasty competitors in this group that want no part of the opposite side of being successful. And as long as we can combine those with execution that still has to come along, and we continue to execute better and better as the season goes on, I think we have a chance to do some special things this year.
Your schedule last year had a lot to do with getting the 16 seed. How do you feel about how the schedule shakes out this year?
Well, that's another real positive thing I think about this season. We do have a great schedule. I think, if I'm not mistaken, every team that we play may have had a winning record last year, and a lot of NCAA tournament teams. But we want to play a tough schedule. We want to be challenged early, so it allows us to prepare to be our best at the end. And so, the first match out against Florida State, against a perennial tournament team, and been to the Final Four a couple years ago, along with a couple other teams, I think our team is excited about those opportunities. But you're right, it does help us with RPI and preparing us for the end of the year.
Coach, you kind of touched on the whole hosting portion of the tournament again. What does that do for the program and for your team?
Well, certainly a sign of respect that the NCAA sees our venue and our program has the ability to host an event like that. There's obviously no guarantee that we're in that regional, and so we have a long way to go before we can say that we're a part of it. But obviously that's the goal here, and being in those situations to allow us to compete against the best teams in the country. And it's a great event, and those that were there in 2011, I think will be buying tickets again this year.
And is that something you think about, regional down the road, or is it sort of a day-by-day kind of
No, I don't spend a whole lot of energy thinking about that. I mean, your goal is obviously you want to be playing in it, but I mean, there's so many things that we have to continue to improve on as a team to even get to that point. And another great thing about this team, I haven't really heard any mention other than what we're going to do today in practice and how we're going to get better today. And I think that's a sign of a mature team.
Coach, how much has the popularity of volleyball changed at the high school level, college level since you've been?
I don't have specific numbers other than our camp numbers have, quadrupled since I've been here. I think the number of middle school programs there are in the city of Lexington has probably doubled. Some club teams here have competed and finished in the top 20 in the country in some of their respective divisions, and I don't think that was happening before we got here. Attendance-wise for us, it's gone up a considerable amount, and if you just even talk about Morehead State has been in the conference championship game of their league the last few years. Louisville's been in the tournament last year. Western Kentucky was in the tournament last year, where all three of those teams are preseason ranked. I'm not sure I put a whole lot of stock in preseason rankings, but there's a sign of respect of the sport. Does it rival a sport like basketball? Not yet, but the people that view volleyball in this area, I think, speak pretty highly of it.
Whitney, do you guys see that as well, kind of the excitement that's surrounding the program since you've been here the last couple of years?
Yes, I feel like the fan base itself has grown since I've been here, since '09. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. I'm sure it's going to get even bigger this year.
How does that impact the play, the performance, or are you guys so zoned in that it makes?
The fans have like a huge impact on the way we play. Like,
How so?
yeah, just like if we make big plays or just the excitement they have, we feed off of that.
With your players here, do you all think this could be your best team? That the tools are there since you've been here?
It's possible. It's a possibility for this team to be like the best team since I've been here. We have the talent and everything. We just have to put everything that we need together. It's like we have like one missing piece. So if we figure out what that piece is, then no doubt that this can be the best team since I've been here.
Do you agree on that?
Yeah, I agree. Every team since we've been here has been completely different, just different players. But the competitiveness of this team, like from the beginning, is definitely something that I haven't felt in the previous years. Some of the freshmen are making a huge impact on both sides of the court, like in practice and play. And just the drive and the want for everyone to be successful is something that I think is different from previous years. And you can tell playing that everyone's out for the team and not so much for themselves. And that's a huge part of this game because you need everyone.
Coach, you kind of talked about the team's IQ is really high. What would you say the strength of this team and what's the identity of this team as compared to years past?
Well, I think it's a very physical team at the net. In all positions, I think we can be athletic, physical. I think this team hits the ball extremely hard in almost every position. I think team defense and serving has always been a theme of this program, and that starts with our serving, then our blocking. Our floor defense has always been good, but those are, I think, the physicality, the power, and then the defense starting with our serve, I think should be a strength of ours, and certainly not where we want to be yet, but I'm a big believer in you want to train and make your strengths exceptional. It's easier to do that than make a weakness good, if that makes sense. So we're going to spend a lot of time on our strengths to see if we can make those, some of the best in the country.
When you coach just mentioned you as a leader, is that something you feel like you've grown into in the past few years?
Definitely, because I'm not the biggest talker on the court, but I feel like I can lead my team in action. I can show them what to do and how to pick the team up or just go after it in the games and that sort.
Coach, you are missing a few pretty good players from last year, particularly at center. How do you feel about those positions in department last?
Well, I don't think we try and individually replace players that have left. I think we try and use what we have coming back to build our strengths for this year, and we have great players going to play the position that those players left. And it's a matter of developing them to highlight their strengths. And Jackie Napper's right now our libero. I can't say be Stephanie Cleafoot. She needs to be Jackie Napper, and she's very good at what she does. Morgan Bergeron is a different type of setter than Christine Hartman, and she does things better than Christine. Christine may have done things a little bit better than her in areas, but overall, what I see is people don't even really think about that. They're just trying to make themselves really good. And I think you've heard from both these guys, the competition level in the gym should automatically raise their sense of awareness of whether they're going to be on the court or coming off the bench. And that depth allows people to make themselves better so we can help fill some of those holes.
Alexandra, you kind of had a big year last year coming up. You did well defensively, especially. What do you have to do, and do you feel like you're in that leadership role as well now as a senior?
I do. I know when we split up into positions, drills, and practice, I can tell that the younger middles look up to me and kind of mirror what I do. So I always take note of that and try to work that much harder to be sure that they're all successful and we can be successful together. And as a middle blocker, my job is to get a touch on every ball and make it easy for the diggers, and offensively just to be up on every play and make it easier for our pin hitters to hit. So I try to do that every day, and if I make a mistake, I'm not going to make it again, and just stuff like that, because I know Sarah Swartzwalder and Des, I know they're all watching me, and I may forget sometimes that my play impacts their play, but for the most part, I do try to step it up for them.
Coach, can you say something about the young ones, the crews that are here now that we haven't maybe seen yet, and kind of what the young group looks like?
Well, we have 3 incoming freshmen and 3 very different. Annie Thomason is a very skilled volleyball player. He's been playing, since she could walk. Her mom played volleyball at Ohio State. Her dad was an athlete at Ohio State as well, and very experienced even as a freshman. Did very well in physical conditioning this summer. She put herself in position to play right away. Emily Franklin is a tall, physical, athletic middle. Just needs some time to develop, and she may impact us this year as she gets healthy and gets over some ankle injuries, but play way high above the net when she's healthy. And Sheree Barnes is probably the most unpolished player that we have as a freshman. Probably, arguably could be the most athletic on the team in terms of how high she plays above the net and things that she can do. But she has to kind of learn from people like Whitney and Zan, who came in a similar situation, and her game is probably modeled similar to Whitney in terms of how she plays. But very athletic group and very unselfish group at the same time, and I think both these guys will agree that they're enjoyable to have so far within the group.
You mentioned the new playing surface. How does that affect preparation and maybe down the road and postseason position for success there?
I don't know how much it affects preparation. I think when the first time that our team walked out there for practice, it felt pretty big time. You felt like you were in a special environment, that something great was going to happen when we played on this surface, and because of the look that it gives you, the feel of landing and performing on it, it's an elite level performing floor, and that's what they use in the Olympics. And I think our fans it'll be a pretty neat environment for them to be in and feel like they're in an elite level NCAA event here at Kentucky.